the warning, POW equipment rundown.
Oh.
I love that we get these little backstage, like, just tidbits. It's so awesome. Little gems. Let's jump right in, guys.
Hey guys, so today I'm also going to be doing a rundown of the things I use, and it's going to be a really cool activity, as you saw with Danny yesterday, but now it's going to be with me. Woo! So you guys may or may not know this, but apart from drumming, I have a very big responsibility for our live shows, which is everything like from the tech side. So I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes of what usually goes on when we're playing live. I run the show in Ableton Live 10. This is the session that I have going on for our shows right now. These are the tracks, as you can see. I launch everything with a MIDI click track, which is right there. And here are the tempo changes in some of the songs. And basically, I launch everything through these MIDI pedals, which are the Roland KT10 pedals. This is my start pedal, and this is my stop pedal. I run everything through the trigger module, TM2, Roland, and it's been a really big process, like building all of this session, because at first I just ran the click and the stems, but now I run the visuals that are usually behind me on a screen, and Danny's pedal board, which is really cool. When we implemented that, look, it's here. So I have all of the notes from the pedal board. This is time code, because sometimes we launch the visuals by MIDI, sometimes it's by time code. So it's been a really big, learning process, but been a really cool, thankfully, since we switched to Ableton Live 10, everything has been running smoothly, and it's been such a weight off my shoulders to use this program. It's been so great, and I can enjoy the shows even more now. And that is a very, summarized version of what I do behind the scenes, because it took me a really long time to get where I am with that program, because at first I used to launch the shows, with a pre-recorded click track and a stem track, and I ran it on iTunes. I just launched it like that, play, stop on the computer. But now I have the Ableton, and it's great. And I can add so many more things to the program that I haven't. But it's been really did so much with it, and I can't wait to see what more I will do with it. Cool to figure all of this out. And I've only been using Ableton Live, I don't know, for I started May of last year, so I still haven't even been using the program for a year. But I already... Okay, so now moving on to Drumsticks. I use Big Firth. Yes, I use 5A American Classic Hickory drumsticks, and I have the pink version. One time I was in LA and I just saw them at a store, and I was like, these are amazing. I need to have them. You guys know how much I love the color pink. So I have both versions, and I have them stocked up in my house because I break them a lot. Look. So, but yeah, these are the two that I use all the time. Okay, so drum skins. I use Remo drum skins. I've been using them literally since I started playing. So for 12 years. I use the pinstripe clear drum skin for all of my toms. And I use the Remo controlled sound coated drum skin for my snare. And as I said, I've been using this my whole life, and I'm really used to them. I really love them ever since I started playing. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to change them anytime soon. Okay, now this is going to be a lot of fun to explain. This is my drum set. First of all, look at it. Look at how beautiful it is. I have DW drums. This is a collector series. It's maple with a mahogany finish. It's such a beautiful drum set. Okay, this is a 10-inch tom, 12-inch tom, 14-inch tom, 16-inch tom. But live, I usually use a 16-inch tom and an 18-inch tom, so I can get a really deep sound. And all my hardware is also DW. I have this really cool cage that we started implementing right now, because this is a replica of the drum set that I was going to use live for my North American tour. But since it was postponed, still, we planned it. So basically, the thinking behind this cage was that if we have a replica of the drum set here, we can practice setting it up in 15 minutes. Do not take that much time setting it up live. and everything has memory locks. And look, I'm a very short drummer. I have short legs, short arms. So like the setup usually took a really long time because we had to make everything really short. But with these memory locks, everything is already set up. So we really do not take that much time anymore to set up the drums, which is usually what took the longest while we were setting up. Okay, so now onto my favorite part of my drum set, which is cymbals. Okay, I use Sabian cymbals. I've been using Sabian cymbals since I was 6 years old. I've been playing with them for 12 years. I'm extremely proud to be part of the Sabian family. Okay, so for crashes, I use an 18-inch AAX explosion crash on my left. I use an 16-inch AAX explosion crash on my right. I have an HHX Evolution Ozone, an 18-inch one, and it's just so amazing. This is my favorite cymbal out of my whole set. It just has this really dark color to it, and I just absolutely adore it. I have an AAX 14-inch Stay Hats on my right, and I have some 14-inch HHX ride. I have tried many Sabian rides, but this is just my favorite. It has this really clean, crisp sound, and I just love it, love it, love it. HHX groove hats here on my left. I have this little AAX splash, which I really love using live, and now I have my favorite ride of all time. This is an HHX raw belt dry ride. I absolutely love. So that's the end of my equipment rundown. I had a lot of fun talking about this with you guys because we've never really done this. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I love you guys and I hope to see you soon. Mwah! Hey guys, so for my equipment rundown today, I'm going to talk about the things that I'm wearing, which is going to be in-ears and my microphone, my headset. It's going to be really interesting and I hope you guys stay tuned. Woo! Okay, so in-ears is going to be a really interesting little talk that we're going to have because right now I do not have my in-ears because I broke them. We were playing in the Vive Latino and I really wanted to hear the crowd, so I just put it underneath the strap of my top and I just left them there. And of course they were going to slide down. And at one point in the show, I hit them pretty hard. And I did not notice throughout the whole show until I got down from the stage. And I was taking off my stuff. And my mom was like, "Where's the other half of the in-ear?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? What do you mean the other half?" And it was just broken, tattered in little pieces. Right now, they're getting fixed. And so I do not have them at the moment. But those in-ears are just a godsend. Like, I've recently been practicing with my older in-ears. And I just realized how good the in-ears that I'm using right now are. Because they have a system. They have like a little valve which like removes the pressure from the ear. So, really bad for like our ears' health. But with these new ones, like, there's no ringing in the ears. They're just so good. I absolutely love them. And you can hear stuff from the outside. And it used to be a really big problem with the old in-ears that every time that we played, we would have such bad ringing in our ears after every show, after every time we played. And it was just really... And I really do recommend them. They're so great. You honestly feel like you're protecting your ears while you're using them. They're great. Check them out. But in-ears are really vital for when we're playing live. But I usually only ask for 3 things on my in-ears. I ask for the click track, I ask for the stem track, and I ask for my vocals, and that is all. Like, especially if we do not have time, I just need the click track. It's fine. I can manage with that. But if we do have time to actually like move around the sounds and like the levels in our in-ears, I also ask for the bass if I have time and the bass drum. But if we do not have time with the click, it's enough. But slowly with our new engineer, Pablo, hello Pablo, we have had time to actually put like other instruments in our in-ears, which is great because now sometimes I do hear Danny. Sometimes I like to, sometimes I don't. I usually don't. Sorry, Danny. But I usually hear the guitar because I have the amp right next to me. And it's usually very loud, so I do not need it. So I can survive with the click and the click only. Okay, so now we're going to talk about my mic. I use the Beta 54 headworm microphone by Shure, which is this little baby right here. It's a great microphone. I tried a couple of headsets before I came to this microphone right here, and they usually just like came flying off while I was playing. So this one stays really put throughout most of my shows, which is great. So it's fantastic.
Yeah, I have no idea how old she was right there. That was cool, man. She's got energy for days, right?
That's what makes her, a amazing rock star that can just, just bring it 110%, the whole set. But she's passionate. She like especially when she was showing us all her symbols. Like she's like zooming in, so she was having so much fun. But that's awesome because like I mean everybody experiences burnout, even artists,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like to see how much fun she's still having after like rocking us and working her tail end off all this time. It's so cool. It's really fun and it's cool like um, especially these artists that are trying to do what they're doing, to know exactly what the kick, like the breakdown of the kit is and everything. It's really neat. You know, it's it's really impressive at the beginning though, like how much of the show she runs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, girl,
I was
you're
very
already
interested in that.
singing
Yeah.
and drumming, and she's like, "Oh yeah, and it's so cool how I can control the background, like visually and
Yeah, she's
everything." I'm
doing
like,
the visuals at the same time.
so
So
she needs all that energy. That's the only way we get this masterpiece that we get.
yeah, a lot of these uh, it's basically a main section to where she can control everything, and it's really cool how she had those pedals too. She was like this pedal starts and then this pedal stops. Very cool, and yeah, for her to be able to, run the whole show, audio and visual from her perspective, that's just really cool, man. I love it. I love getting the behind the scenes of how she does things. And yes, when she was talking about her drums, she was very particular and like very excited. Even when they were talking about how they break them down, like they did that to they built the frame that way they could break them down faster. You could tell like she really cares about every aspect of the shows. You know.
It's so much fun to see her. She's a beautiful girl, but she's like glowing here because she's just like in her element. This is, this is exactly what she wants to share with her fans, and it's just I like to see their personality. I love to see them rock. Don't get me wrong; those are definitely my favorite kind of reactions. But this is cool.